Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That's Mrs. Eric Trump. Oh, my God. Really? Do you have a tinier violin? I mean, I have one, but I feel like it needs to be smaller because... Oh, no. I'm Eric. Couldn't be there with his giant choppers in the front row. If you're... By the way, Ivanka lost her thing that she also couldn't come next week because it's a school night.
Yeah, she said she had a thing.
She can't afford a sitter, first of all. Oh, she was out here at Kim Kardashian's birthday party in Beverly Hills last week. But maybe that was just a better day than the trial for her. Yeah, the judge said no. Yeah.
Computer says no.
Yeah, the judge, Vanky's going to have to show up.
So Lara Trump's daughter came to her with tears in her eyes.
And said, sir, sorry. The daughter came to me with tears in her eyes and said, sir, Daddy's going to miss my show.
Well, if Daddy didn't want to miss her show, Daddy shouldn't have done the criming.
Yeah, shouldn't have crimed with your stupid kid's grandfather. Stupid crime family.
Claiming they didn't know.
What's that?
They claimed they didn't know anything.
Eric was pouring concrete. You know, that's the thing. It's hard
with those rough
for him to get time off of his hard hat job to get to his daughter's play anyway. Oh, can a man, hard-working, concrete-pouring man, get a break? All right, we'll talk to Clinton Kirschner about all this nonsense.
Ripping trees out with his bare hands.
Yes, he's practically Paul Bunyan.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Wow. Yes, Ivanka Trump loses, or Ivanka. Sorry, I forget which one is,
dead.
Buried. Right, yes. Ivanka Trump loses appeal to delay New York fraud trial, remains unscheduled to testify next week. Nice try. Yeah, that was, she said, she asked the New York Appeals Court to pause her father's fraud trial because she will face, quote, undue hardship.
Do you want the sadder one?
Yes, I'm sorry. She will face undue hardship if she's forced to testify because she is scheduled to appear in the middle of a school week.
Like she helps her kids with their homework. Please.
Yes, Hoodlum said there was no undue hardship last week when Ivanka attended Kim Kardashian's birthday in Beverly Hills. And there she is. Okay. Wow. Sad. They're all such sad stories. Okay. Speaking of sad, Bob Seska and I have been exchanging bodily show fluids since 1904. Yes, I thank you, media, for finally, and I think it's due to the work of people like Midas Touch and Asen and all those people that are pushing out clips the mainstream media has just been ignoring, that he makes no sense. He is obviously suffering from something. Dementia, cognitive decline. But this is Bob and my personal favorite because he is pro-turd. And who amongst us isn't really? Okay.
Colleges and universities will purge the anti-Semitism and pro-terrorism. What you're doing?
What?
The terrorism.
What you doing?
What you doing?
What are you doing? That's what we want to know.
What you doing?
Yeah, you got to purge those pro-turd forces.
I purged the pro-turd forces this morning before I got here.
Did you?
Yes.
Good for you. Nicely done, sir.
Well,
Nicely done. You know what? Could you do Yankee Doodle Fart for yourself? Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Can I just say, I love when Ducey gets Ducey'd.
Oh, yeah.
In this case, by Pentagon spokesman John Kirby. Here we go. Okay. Peter Ducey.
Talking about getting Americans out of Gaza, President Biden said, I want to thank our partners in the region and particularly Qatar. The leader of Hamas lives in Qatar. So why is President Biden thanking them for anything?
Oh, geez, Peter. Qatar has been helpful in getting those Americans out. I'm sure you would agree with me, and everybody at your network would agree, that getting American hostages out is a good thing. And Qatar was a key player in that regard.
Oh, my God. It is just one constant
Peter.
Game of gotcha.
Yeah.
Geez, huh, there? I wish you would have said that.
Well.
Geez, huh, meathead? Everything is just gotcha about Joe Biden. John Kirby's exactly. Can you imagine if he didn't get the hostage?
Right.
That would be 24/7 on Fox News. Oh, my God. Okay, one more. John Kirby.
Qatar has lines of communication with Hamas. that almost nobody else has. Now, I'm not saying that we support Hamas. Of course we don't. They're a terrorist organization. And Israel has an absolute right to go after them. But Qatar has lines of communication that not everybody else has. And it would be irresponsible. In fact, I would expect that you and everybody else in here would be going after me if we weren't doing everything we could and having every possible conversation we can have to get Americans that are held hostage back home with their families.
Thank you.
He's really good, John.
Oh,
Kirby.
would you like to know my Middle East hate letter yesterday? Or was that a tweet? I can't remember.
Is it something I said or something you said?
Oh, no, it was me this time.
Oh,
because
okay.
I defended Rashida Tlaib. So that was...
Oh, I wrote back to this woman.
So I'm a Hamas terrorist sympathizer.
I wrote back to that woman.
Because I was saying that's why the resolution failed, because Marjorie Taylor Greene is a moron, and Rashida Tlaib, she called her a terrorist. She did not stage an insurrection, which is what is in the resolution. They're just trying to see, I know you are, but what am I about January 6th, right? Which is ridiculous. And flying a Palestinian flag is her right. And no, Hamas is not the same as
not the
Palestine.
Palestinian people.
Which, by the way, speaking of Fox News a-holes, Jesse Waters, have you heard his Islamophobic rants over there?
He was
that
not-
there is no difference at all between Hamas and Palestinians. I don't care.
He said that on Wednesday. He didn't appear on the network yesterday.
Oh, really? Did he go to the farm to visit Bill O'Reilly?
He had a thing.
And Tucker Carlson?
He had a thing in Turlock, California that he had to be at.
I think there's a farm upstate where they're all running free.
I think
they're
so,
all
too.
frolicking
Yeah.
together. Someone's throwing the ball for Tucker, and he's. You know that thing you do where you pretend to throw the ball to a dog and then you
Right.
don't. Tucker would have that same confused look he always has. Just, but where is it? Where's the ball? Tucker, go! Look,
Tucker is a dog's name.
it is a Labrador, like a Labrador Retriever,
Right.
Or a Golden Retriever.
Golden
Which?
Retriever. It's more of a Golden Retriever.
Yeah, Golden Retriever.
Yeah.
On some fancy upstate farm.
Golden Retrievers are a little more dumb.
Get the ball, Tucker. And then he just would be like, I don't know, what?
Yeah. I sound exactly like Scooby-Doo.
Okay. Anyway, so sorry to that person.
Well, no.
I
there's
don't
more to
agree
that
with
story.
everything. I don't agree with everything Rashida Tlaib said,
Right.
as I said. But this resolution was ridiculous because she didn't lead an insurrection.
Right.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's just being a bag of D's like she always is. And secondly, they were criticizing her for not taking down her Palestinian. She's Palestinian.
Right.
She didn't take down the flag after the terrorist attack again. Because Palestine is not the same as Hamas.
Right.
Yes, go
the
ahead.
nice woman who wrote that tweet said
yes.
that Rashida Tlaib was screaming anti-Semitic things like from the river to the sea, which is, and so
I've heard she has used that phrase, and Malcolm explained that phrase.
Well, right.
Yes.
I've heard that phrase before. I know what it means, and this a person who wrote the tweet said that Rashida Tlaib constantly screams that, and I'm like. Oh, okay, let me find.
That may also be hyperbole.
Let me find a thing where she said that. Apparently, she has only used that phrase one time, and that was in 2020 when she retweeted someone, but she subsequently took that retweet down.
Okay.
She hasn't used it since then.
Thank you. Oh my
And
God.
I wrote back to that woman and I said, you know what?
Yeah.
You're kind of overstating something to make a point, which is unfair and is also just as bad.
Yeah.
So could you please take that down? And she did.
Well, see what you did. You and Sean could solve this whole Middle East thing. Sean, anything that breaks out
just
between
don't
Bonnie
want-
and Clyde,
Right.
Sean has a two-bone solution that seems to work.
I just don't want people, well-meaning people on either side getting
Yes.
blown out of proportion for
Yes.
political points.
I think what you're saying, Chris, anyone that engages in hyperbole is a terrorist idiot.
Yes. They're the worst person
See
in
what
the
I did
world.
there, Sean? See, that was me.
Yes.
Hyperbole.
Yeah. Anybody who engages in hyperbole is the worst person in the world.
Yes, it's worse than Hitler. Isn't that the joke?
Yeah, something like
Anyone
that.
that engages in hyperbole is worse than Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think, can we just get back to the main point, and that is Marjorie Taylor Greene is awful.
Yeah.
Ron tweets, Marge Greene attacked Representative Beth Van Doon for missing the vote on her resolution to censure Tlaib. It was the first vote she's ever missed. She was at the funeral of a staffer that was killed in a tragic accident. Right. Oh, my God. She's just awful. She's the only one that went, yeah, I voted against Steve Scalise because he has cancer. I'm like, oh, my God. Big bag of Oh, did you see that fight? She called Chip Roy, who is not a putt-putt in Amarillo. Thank you, Sean. I just wanted to reiterate that point. So she called him Colonel Sanders. She said on Twitter, shut up, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Something,
She's the worst.
Because something he didn't vote with, I don't remember. even why that fight was. And what did she? Then he called. He said go just look for Jewish space lasers. I really seriously fight. You're all just awful in your own way. Oh, how about this one, though? Congressman Shelley Pingree said, I just had to explain to my Republican colleague from Georgia, that'd be Marjorie Taylor Greene, that Robert E. Lee was not a founding father.
Oh, my
It's been
God.
a very long day on the...
Well, he was a founding father of the Confederate States of America.
There it is, my first drink of the day, Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Many of you know my story. I stopped drinking wine for 3 years during COVID, during the lockdown as part of a health reset. Now I drink wine in moderation, but this is an amazing new product. I've always believed in probiotics. And Z-Biotics, check this out. You drink just one of these. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. I am using this and I feel great in the morning. I don't have to worry if I have an extra glass of wine, I still feel great in the morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. I've always had acid reflux problems. It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. All I know is it works. It is Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Go to zbiotics.com/politicalvoices or scan the QR code on the screen right now.